Good evening and welcome to Power Play. I'm Andrew Berkey.
And I'm Peter Hansen.
Puck drop is only 15 minutes away, but before that, let's take a look at what happened last weekend with the Illini.
The Illini really struggled last week, dropping both games against the University of Jamestown. The Jimmies came out hot in Game 1, scoring only 50 seconds into the game. The Illini offense couldn't really get much else going, with goalie Nolan Woodring also struggling. They ended up losing Game 1, 5-1.
Saturday was even worse for the Illini. Carson Mitchell was able to get a goal on the board, but other than that, the Illini offense was non-existent. The Jimmies rattled off 4 goals in the second period and 3 goals in the third, to bring their total to 10 goals on the night. Anthony Verassi was able to get one in the back of the net late in the game, but the Illini dropped Game 2, 10-2. Now, Peter, it doesn't get much worse for Illini goalie Nolan Woodring, who's been really solid this season. What kind of has to change?
Yeah, well, I mean, we saw him get off to a hot start, nearly post a shutout against the Minot State Beavers, a really solid squad in the ACHA. You go up to North Dakota, the competition's really tough up there. He's got to get back on track with more of these teams that are located in the Midwest, like Toledo, like McKendree University next week, because that's a nice way to get his rhythm back in the net.
Even though it was a rough weekend, we still have a few guys we need to shout out. I'm going to start with Anthony Verassi, somebody that we are bringing up on this show quite a bit. He had 2 goals this weekend. He was the leading scorer, and what the offense was only scoring 3 goals. On the season, he's got 5 with 4 assists, 9 points. He's in third on the total points leader. So he's the guy that I have to pick in what was a pretty disappointing weekend.
Yeah, well, like you said, only 3 goals scored on the weekend a week ago. So I'm going to go with the other goal scorer, Carson Mitchell. He's been outstanding this season, a true freshman for Illinois. Not only is he a true freshman, but he's also the leader in points for the Illini this season. He distributes the puck almost as much as he scores the puck. He's incredible out there on the ice, really fast. It'll be exciting to see what he can do the rest of the season.
Yeah, one thing we always say, even on the broadcast, his speed, he's all over. It's like wherever the puck is, he's falling behind. I think it also helps when you have a first line that you're paired with Greg Eddingen, who led the team in points last season. So right now, those were the 2 guys that we really thought are going to have to show up for this next weekend, too. Illinois has a 6-game homestand coming up, and Peter, we will be at all of those games.
UI7 Newsroom will be calling every game, like you said, Andrew, with episodes of Power Play premiering 15 minutes before each game.
For all of your stories about the players on the ice and off, check out UI7 Newsroom's presentation of Illinois hockey.
Heading into this weekend series against the Toledo Rockets, we had a chance to catch up with freshman phenom Carson Mitchell.
So Carson, you're a true freshman on this team, leading your team in points. What's that been like for you?
Yeah, no, it's been great. It's an honor, showing up every day to the rink, trying to be better, and lucky that I'm finding success this season.
So Carson, you distribute the puck nearly as much as you score it. What mindset do you have in the games on offense?
Yeah, I just try to make reads and look for the open guy. Obviously, if I'm in a place to take the shot, I'm going to take it, but if I think there's a better option, I'm going to look for that and just try to make the best play every time I'm out there.
Are there any older guys on the team that have kind of helped you with the transition?
Yeah, definitely my line mates, Sasha Naviv and then Greg Ettinger. They've been really helpful with me, especially in practice. We talk a lot on the ice, and on the bench as well. Really trying to guide me and then, try to pass on their experience to me as well.
I'm going to follow up real quick with that. What is that communication like? Like, how important is that to be that strong in communication with your line mates?
Yeah, it's everything. When you're communicating, you're building trust, you're building relationships, and that in turn turns into chemistry on the ice, which again helps all of us produce and win hockey games. So I think that communication is very key.
So I'm going to follow up on the follow-up. What has the overall transition to college been like for you?
Yeah, no, I think it was definitely difficult at first. Definitely the physicality part. In youth hockey, you're not used to playing that type of physical game, but I think the speed was pretty similar. But the physicality, just dealing with that, that's been a transition so far.
Go ahead, Peter.
And speaking of the physicality, I know coming off an injury, still injured or ready to go?
Yeah, so it's going to be a game time decision most likely. I'm meeting with the trainer tomorrow to fully see if I'm ready to go. But like I said, it'll be a game time decision tomorrow. But yeah.
So as we get further into this first semester, how has your first semester of classes been? Because most kids just have to worry about being a college freshman, but you're playing a sport and you're in the classroom. What's that been like?
Yeah, no, it's definitely been difficult. Time management is a very key thing to learn, and I feel like I'm handling it pretty well. Calculus is not my favorite class, but I think that I think I'm battling it pretty well.
All right, well, Carson, we appreciate you coming on the show, and good luck this weekend if you play, and we hope you rest up if not.
Thank you, guys.
Now, Peter, if Mitchell isn't able to go tonight, that could be detrimental for Illinois fans. Like he said, he's a game-time decision.
Yeah, we've mentioned it time and time again. Mitchell leads the team in points as a true freshman. Not only that, but he is such a fundamental part of their power play offense. He kind of rebounds the puck on the opposite side of where Ettinger shoots the shots that he is set up for. So it'll be interesting to see if he's not playing, who steps up in that rebounding role, who's trusted in the power play offense.
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting decision. Their lines have been fluid this year, but that first line has stayed the same. One thing to point out, Joe Dorian has been dealing with concussion issues ever since he left the game against Roosevelt. He will not be going this weekend. If you lose your second best player and your first best defensive player and then also your first best offensive player, you could be in a whole lot of world of trouble. However, this Illinois team has found a way to kind of next guy up, get that momentum going, and I think Mitchell doesn't go, it's going to be tough for them, but I'm excited to see who could step up.
Yeah, and another interesting thing that Mitchell brought up is, being a freshman, how do you transition to being a college hockey player? Who helps you? So it was really nice to see him being honest. He doesn't seem like a freshman, not a whole lot of immaturity. So really impressive poise heading into the series for Carson.
It's also great that he's got guys in the team helping him out with his calc homework, like Atticus Helfer. He was giving him some problems when they were talking earlier about helping him out on the bus, the long road trip. One thing you got to keep in mind is that 16-hour road trip only brings guys closer. So if he can't go, hopefully one of their other close teammates can step up and go for him. I'm glad we were able to get him in here and talk to him.
Yeah, and I'm sure as heck happy I don't have any calc homework to do tonight.
Puck drop is only moments away, and we're about to send it out to the Illinois Ice Arena.
I'm Peter Hansen.
I'm Andrew Berkey, and we'll see you in a few moments.
Hello and welcome to the University of Illinois Ice Arena here in Champaign, Illinois, where the Illinois Fighting Illini take on the Toledo Rockets. I'm Peter Hansen alongside Andrew Berkey. We'll be breaking down all of tonight's action here for you as UI7 Newsroom presents Illinois hockey. Andrew, both of these teams coming off a 2-game losing skid that is 4 games for the Illini, and they're going to be without 2 of their best players tonight.
Yeah, Carson Mitchell, who was a game-time decision, he's in a suit on the bench today. Also missing their best defensive player, Joe Dorian. I'm interested to see how the Illini are going to respond to this. For the starters, they're going to slide Verassi in with Eddingen. Also, Nick Anderson's going to be in on the defensive side where Joe Dorian usually is. I'm interested to see how they use Nathan Dash, how they're going to interweave him with Matviv there defensively. I'm excited to see what's going to happen today.
And then for Toledo, they are a team that can score the puck at all times. But so far the problem's been getting pucks in the net for the other squad.
Yeah, right now, they're averaging 4.5 per game. It's very impressive. The problem is they haven't been able to stop a lot. The goalie has been they've played with 3 different goalies this season. They've been interchanging. Right now, we're going to start off with Michelezzi. We're going to see how he can do.
Michelezzi, the goalie in net for the Rockets, and he also allows 4.5 goals per game. Big hit laid on behind the goal line. Finding Verassi, Helfer was, and now Toledo looking to clear. Great play to keep it in by Matviv, and now it pokes out into center ice. Rockets trying to get something started. Here's TK Mwamba. The Rockets have a good look at net, and just like that, the Rockets score. 40 seconds into this game, they lead 1-0.
And similar shades of what happened to the Illini last week against the University of Jamestown. 50 seconds into the game, the Jimmies scored. 40 seconds into this one, they already scored. It's a turnover, and granted, you have to get used to this new makeshift first line. David Ross is out there now. You're going deeper into your depth. What you have to do now is who's going to make a play for you, for Opilka's squad? Who's going to go take that next step and be the guy tonight for the Illini?
A goal scored by Simon Lavrincic, assisted on by TK Mwamba. Rockets now win the face-off, corralling, trying to get something going again. Andrew, you mentioned that second line is out there for Illinois. They've been very good so far this season. Lots of pleasant surprises for head coach John Opilka's. Nearly scored again, the Rockets did, and now the Illini have numbers trying to get something going. Misplayed there by Bailey McCarthy.
Yeah, Harrison Slavic out there for the first time. We've seen him. He's only really played on the road. His last appearance came against Purdue Northwest. Like I said, you're going into your depth. You're using Nathan Dash defensively. David Ross, who we actually got to talk to yesterday, talking about how communication is key. So far, they've struggled with that today.
Slavic out there, McCarthy, another player we don't talk about all that much, and now the brother of the starter, Greg Eddingen, is out there. David Eddingen, quick shift for him. Numbers for the Illini. Nice shot there by Thatcher Bochin.
Nathan Dash trying to take in a shot there. I like how aggressive defenders are being for Illinois already, turning defense into offense.
So 1v5 here for the Toledo Rockets. Playing with some confidence. Head coach is Kyle Measles. It's his 4th season with the program, Andrew.
And he's trying to turn around this Toledo Rockets program. When he got there, they struggled. He's been doing well so far, but they're a very streaky team that's shown already this season. I think if they can stay out of penalty trouble, they can hold on to this game. But for Illinois, you've got to find someone that can make that play. So far, we're 3 minutes into the game, and already there's been quite a few line changes, different guys coming in. I'm impressed so far with how deep into their bag they're already going.
Into the blind spot, the puck goes. Defended there and smartly held by the goalie.
So 3 minutes into this one, you can see Toledo off to a good start after a turnover in their own zone gives them that goal. Right now, you got Matthew McDonald on the ice. Helfer's back out there. Nick Anderson, that's going to be your starting defensive line today. I want to see what they're able to do. They're not the big body that Joe Dorian is and that Joe Dorian provides. As we see some of the fans in the area today, it's pretty packed for being Hollow Weekend here at the University of Illinois.
Joe Dorian, defenseman, out still dealing with some concussion symptoms, and Mulva had a look at net on that rebound if he had corralled it and counted as a save for Woodring in net. Into the blind spot, the puck goes. Illinois should be able to clear this one out. That's Mason Kading out there for Illinois. So Illinois playing some of that depth, those depth players we don't really talk about all that much.
And you have to when you get in a situation like this. You've lost 4 in a row. You're looking for a spark. Your goalie's come off a rough weekend where he gave 15 goals, 10 in game 2. Already he's given up 1 in 40 seconds of playing time here. You kind of want to treat this as a get-right series. However, Toledo's trying to do that same thing. So you've got 2 really good teams right now battling to try to get 1 win. I think your goal for both teams is come out of this weekend with a sweep. Get that momentum back for your season.
And for the Illini, that could level out their record to 500 at 7-7. They're currently 5-7 on the season. The Toledo Rockets 5-3. So a sweep in Illinois' favor would bring both teams to 500, actually, and both teams certainly could use that momentum swing.
A fan saying kind of what I was thinking. Illinois with a late substitution there, trying to get guys on the ice, and Toledo did not take advantage of it.
Slavic and Matveev have him on the boards. Trying to defend is Alpe, and smartly poked away there by Eddingen. Nadeau lays a big hit on one of Illinois' star players, number 15 in orange and blue, Greg Eddingen. Nice poke check there from Dante Pellegrino. Matveev lost it off his skate, and now the Rockets trying to use the wheels that they have, and that the backhand attempt too strong. It soars over the pipe.
Yeah, that was a little too aggressive there. You had an opportunity there on goal, and he tried to get a little too cute with it. I don't think that's the right option to go for.
You think he should have dropped the puck back for the attacker behind him?
He had the open passing lane. I think when you get up 1-0, you kind of don't have that same urgency that you have, those same nerves at the beginning of a game that you usually have. And we're going to have a new puck thrown in here after that one went over, and it's taken as a souvenir. But you don't want to get complacent when you're up 1-0, something I think Toledo's kind of done already.
Laid off the boards. That was intended for Kading. Blocked off the skate of Raz. Raz, one of those hustle players for Illinois. They say he was onside, rebounded by Raz, and nobody able to translate that into a goal.
And I love how you say rebound, because that's what Illinois is really going to have to rely on today. They're going to take some deeper shots because you have to have those opportunities. You don't have the playmaker that Mitchell is to get up to that net. So your rebound is going to be really important. A guy that is always hustling, like you said, David Ross, he's going to be a guy looking to put a putback in every single time.
And shot selection has been something we've talked about as a storyline all season. That was a clear offsides there. Smartly called there by the line judge, and there will be a face-off.
Thatcher Beauchamp, number 18, someone in orange and blue that you can see. He made the switch from offense to defense. He was a forward. Coming in today as a forward, we talked to him about how hard that transition can be. He said, really, it's just skating backwards instead of forwards. Well, now he's got to rely on going forwards again.
Illini in their attacking zone now. Trying to wrap around was McLaughlin. He had a cutting Beauchamp in front of the net for him, but he opted to take the wraparound himself, unable to convert.
And sometimes Illinois has the problem where they pass too much. In that situation, that's where you want to give that extra pass. So far, both teams have made that mistake. Illinois Illinois has 6 shots on goal already, so you like those numbers. But I think you need to pass a little bit more.
You think it's maybe trying to be the hero playing into that? Both these teams coming off of losing skids, maybe a little desperation?
Well, it's like I said, they're looking for a guy to make plays, and everyone in that orange and blue thinks they can.
Nice shot there from Helfer, just right into the chest of the goalie, Michelizzi. Here's Beauchamp, trying to make something out of nothing, turns around, fires it, soars wide right. Pellegrino and Ferreira back now for the Rockets, the two defensemen, sending it all the way up to Braden Keel. Here's Wamba, picked up by Andrews. Beauchamp corrals it now, and Illinois trying to get something going in the neutral zone. Near icing call. And here's Andrews finding Kading. Alpi now in front of the net, nobody there. Here's Matthew McDonald, number 44, in orange and blue. The Illini wearing special jerseys tonight. We'll touch on that in just a couple seconds. So we'll touch on that now as Michelizzi holds the puck. The Illini are wearing those jerseys in honor of their Cancer Awareness Night tonight. You see there all of the ribbons on the bottom of the jerseys and the sleeves. Those jerseys will be auctioned off after the game. You know, they honored a former Illinois hockey player before the game who's currently battling testicular cancer and wishing him well. And if you're interested in supporting the cause, always a noble cause to support, an important cause to support, please check out the auction after the game. And that puck rings off the pipe. Nice shot there from Verasi.
It's really great what they do with these jerseys. They have every single color of cancer on the bottom of them with the ribbons. And it's all for a good cause.
Say that play was on sides. It was close, and puck sails out of play and back into play. A little confusion there.
And with the new jersey, some of the numbers are messed up for the regular players. So we'll bear with us. Aiden Andrews is not in his normal 21. We'll find out who's in 20 and in 21 by the second period.
A little jersey malfunction. What was the number Michael Jordan wore? That
45.
Well, no. He had 23 and 45, but there was another game where I think he wore number 9 because they got his jersey number wrong. And here the Rockets again, skating and scoring. That was Andrew St. Julian.
St. Julian, it's his third goal of the year already. Toledo showing that they're just being the faster skaters today. Woodring, who had a rough weekend last weekend, it continues this weekend already, down 2-0, 8 minutes into this one.
You know, it's interesting. He had such a good showing against the Minot State Beavers earlier this season, a team that was ranked number 1 in the country at the end of last season. And in fact, they won the big dance the season before. So, and he nearly shut that team out. So it's interesting to see now 2 goals already given up here, 8 minutes in. And last weekend, you mentioned 15 goals across 2 games.
Yeah, and he's going to need some help from his offense. The offense only scored 3 goals last week, or without Carson Mitchell today, like we've said. Now, this is the third line really interests me. David Ross, David Eddingen, and on top of that, you got Roman Cheyenne, who I've been really impressed with.
Nice play there. The Rockets just able to find the cutting man right now and corral back into their defensive zone.
Toledo doing a good job of hanging in on their side defensively, change that into offense. Both of their goals have been on that fast break where they've had the advantage, and they've scored on both of them. So I think if they continue that, they can pull out this game. Illinois has really got to shore up their offense to defense transition.
Here's Slavic in the game now, trying to find the cutting David Eddingen. That one nearly hopped over the glove of Michelizzi.
That was a great play there by Slavic, moving in, looking for the pass, not looking to score, looking to create. And I think that's what more of this offensive line needs to do. They need to think about, how can I get my guy open? How can I help out the team? Sometimes I think players get in their heads where it's like, I need to score. I need to be the guy. And that's not the case, especially when you're down 2-0. You can't get it all back in just one shot. So I think it's important that they just stay the course. 2 bad plays, and that's why they're down 2-0.
Yeah, and then both of those in transition as well. So you wonder if the absence of Joe Dorian kind of playing into that. He is one of their better transition defenders, and they have Thatcher Beauchamp out there filling in as a defenseman. He's made that jump from forward to defense, and he was talking to us the other day about how important it is to work on his gap distance, and that's been something he's been working on. So you wonder if those things are playing a role in the transition, but so far the Illini trailing 2-0. The Rockets just looking faster out there.
Yeah, and the thing is, Toledo hasn't even had a sustained possession offensively. It's just been the two fast breaks. Those mistakes kill you. So if you're Illinois, you really need to shore up your transition defense, but at the same time, you got to connect on those opportunities you have in their offensive zone. I mean, you had 10 shots already on goal. You got to get one in.
Yeah, I was about to say, you could argue that Illinois has looked better in their own offensive zone in terms of sustained puck time. And, we've seen a couple missed opportunities. That Ettinger shot that could have gone in, the wraparound that was attempted instead of the pass out to Beauchamp. So we'll see if the Illini continue to get those good looks, as they do not on this one. Toledo trying to push the pace here. Enters the blind spot. The puck on the stick of Grayson Chell, and now back out nearly into the neutral zone, and it does bounce out into the neutral zone. Now Illinois trying to attack along the boards. Matthew McDonald hovering, waiting for the puck to shoot out of the corner. Thatcher Beauchamp in the bottom left of your screen, the forward turn defenseman. Toledo wins that battle, and now Andrew St. Julian again trying to get something going. They were trying to find him, and he misses the pass. That pass was off the stick of Trevor Stokes, the defenseman, North Olmsted, Ohio.
I really like that pass, though. He's looking to create. You already had that one goal. Get it to your playmakers. Illinois struggling to do that same thing. Now they're going to get some fresh legs on the ice.
Almost kept in by Matthew McDonald, and sails it to get some fresh legs out there. Here's Helfer. Nearly pokes it out. That's picked up by Riley Nadeau, and we're going to get a stoppage. Think that, they're going to say was in fact offsides there, and I thought so.
I think a few Toledo fans thought it was closer than it was. But now you're halfway through that first period. What you want to do with your Coach Opilka and his staff is what has worked, what hasn't. You've been able to sustain possessions, but you haven't gotten clean shots. It says 10 shots on goal, but really only about 4 of those were clean. You've had a few opportunities. So right now I think you stay the course. But if you can't get anything going by the end of this first period, you might be thinking of other offensive strategies to try to get something going. You want to take some pressure off of Woodring.
Another storyline to note, the Illini's passing has looked subpar so far in the transition. Another good chance there, but that missed by Anthony Verassi, one of Illinois' better scorers, and Woodring holds it for a face-off in Illinois' defensive zone. And so far, it's been all Toledo.
Yeah, I think if you're Illinois, you gotta give them a taste of their own medicine. They've given you your opportunities to get in transition, but it's been A-wire passes. It's been passes that are hopping off skates, taking the wrong bounce.
Yeah.
I mean, you can rely on things aren't just going our way. But right now, you're kind of just getting out hustled.
And I think not intentionally, but the PA system was kind of playing into the story of the game so far. They were just playing my own worst enemy by Litt, and so far, Illini have kind of been their own worst enemy.
I do like the worst enemy, though, on the offsides. That the PA has the humor as always a great playlist before the game, too.
Andrew always sings along, as do I.
I try my best to. And these are the opportunities I'm talking about. As you see Eddington just try to send one there. That's a great shot on goal. That is something, if you're the Illinois offense, you can be happy with.
And it nearly squeaked by Michelizzi in net as well. Good placement. Something that the Illini haven't been able to do yet is place a puck somewhere but the chest of Michelizzi, and that was a nice shot there. And it's taken away now by Alpe. He's trying to get something going, skating up the ice. He's being defended by Ferreira. And, oh no, we've got an injury. It looks like
he actually lost his skate. Roman Cheyenne lost his skate. Is sitting right there in the middle of the ice.
You can see it. It's being picked up now by Nathan Dash. You can see him handing the blade of Cheyenne's skate to the official.
And it's too bad because he was hopping out there trying to get on the ice, then it had to just hop back off. I'm really impressed so far. We've talked about Thatcher Beauchamp several times. He's been on that offensive line, but he's also played defense today too. And a couple minutes ago, he showed he can get down the ice pretty quick.
So now Toledo clears. They try to get something going, unable to. Big hit in center ice. David Ettinger looking up, asking why nothing was called. Excuse me, that's Bailey McCarthy thinking that was an illegal hit. But the officials say no. They play on, and now we enter the blind spot.
One thing to note, too, Nolan Woodring has played every minute of this season for the Illini. We haven't seen anything from Joseph Schmidt or Grady Sulkin. I think that could be part of it, too, a little bit of fatigue. Nolan's one of the best in-shape players on this team, but at the same time, when you've got 12 games and McCarthy throwing a couple elbows already, throws a stick to the side, and already tensions are getting high here.
And we've seen that all season long, Andrew. The Illini have not been afraid of starting things, and now one of them heads to the penalty box. No Toledo player in the penalty box.
Just McCarthy.
Yet, so just Bailey McCarthy. See him sitting down there in the middle. So Toledo will have a 2-minute advantage.
I think the refs are already trying to send a message. We're not going to let that fly after, especially what happened 3 weeks ago with Joe Dorian where he got concussed and there was a couple fists thrown afterwards. I think this crew's going to try to get on top of it early.
Well, and sometimes the way it goes in the ACHA is some refs are okay with it. Some refs more strict about enforcing the no fighting rule that the ACHA has, the Amateur Collegiate Hockey Association. The penalty for getting into a elongated round of fisticuffs out on the ice is a game suspension. So strict punishment for engaging in any fighting activity. And you see there just one short blow to the head causes a power play opportunity for Toledo Rockets. Right now they have Dante Pellegrino out there at the bottom of your screen. Trying to sneak something past was Grayson Chell. And the Illini able to clear it out, kill some time here with 1:12 minutes left.
And so far, it kind of feels like everything has gone wrong for the Illini. You have a player lose a skate, a player lose a stick. You're the first penalty power kill. You're 15 minutes here. The good news is you're only down 2. You can still get back into this one.
Nice poke check there from Nathan Dash. And Andrew, going back to losing his skate, in ACHA hockey, I'm not sure if you have an equipment manager who can immediately deal with that. I'm wondering what the situation is with Roman Cheyenne, although he looks to be ready to hop back in the game as he sits on the board.
My guess is there are backup skates that they can put back on.
I'm sure.
With the amount of money these guys spend on their gear, you would hope so.
Now the puck rattles its way into the corner. Alpi defending. Scooped up by Simon Lavrincic, the first goal scorer of this game, who scored 40 seconds into the contest here at the Big Pond. The Toledo Rockets have 15 seconds left on their power play. Alpi nearly able to get it out of the defensive zone. Toledo able to keep it in. 8 seconds left now. Here's a good look at the net. It's Grayson Chell. He's finding Trevor Stokes. And the Illini back to full strength. Bailey McCarthy streaking out of the timeout box. And now the team in gold trying to get a goal, but back to an even advantage.
It was a great penalty kill by the Illini, something they've struggled to do this year. But they played really aggressive. One thing we got to keep an eye on, there was shoving from McCarthy there, but it's getting chippy already between both teams. There's been some elbows thrown after. It's been getting aggressive on the ice. I think Illinois right now trying to show that they're fighting for something, and it looks like there might be a little bit of an injury there with our first goal scorer today, Simon Laverick, who came off that came off pretty gingerly.
Toledo Rockets now trying to get something going offensively. They just send one towards Woodring in net. Woodring stops it. Now back into the blind spot. Now Illinois trying to head into their own offensive zone. Here's David Ross, big check of the stick there. Cheyenne back out on the ice. Right in front of the net was David Eddingen, and he's unable to get anything going. It just hits the side of the twine behind the red plumbing, and now Illinois circles back with hopes to find momentum in the neutral zone. Eddingen still out there alongside Beauchamp. Brother and brother out there on the ice. Eddingen, Greg Eddingen and David Eddingen. And here's Alexander Medvedev. He loses his stick. It's still sitting center ice. Greg Eddingen trying to corral the puck and bring it back in front of the net, but it just mishandles it, and it floats its way into the glove of Michelizzi. And Andrew, I think this is the first team that Illinois has played where there hasn't been a pair of siblings on the opposing roster as well.
Yeah, it's what we've seen all the time. I mean, they've got David and Greg on their own, but Toledo, no brothers on this one.
Big hit late on the boards. Illinois now trying to get something going. Verassi floats. He has the puck now, finding Greg Eddingen. It's intercepted there by TK Mwamba.
And you can see Toledo instantly, the second they get the puck, looking for an opportunity to score. Illinois' got numbers now, though.
It's Verassi and Medvedev. If you want any two players out there on the ice, it's these two, and it sails off the stick of Michelizzi in net. That is a good look. I don't know if it gets much better than that.
And that was your opportunity right there to get it to 2-1. You've had three big opportunities. The wraparound McLaughlin took that one right there, another shot earlier on goal. But the shots on goal disparity starting to shrink just a bit. 12-8 now. Toledo starting to come back, getting more shots, just not on transition. They're getting prolonged offensive possessions.
Beauchamp now defending behind the net. He's able to poke Stokes' stick out of his own hands. The shot ripped there by Nathan Dash, and Illinois gets some fresh skaters out there on the pond.
And Dash has taken three pretty good shots so far. He's fired them from his own defensive zone, or coming out of his own defensive zone into the Illinois offensive zone. He's trying to make a move here, too. I think he's trying to be the guy. I like that. I really do, because he's someone that's on the ice with experience. You look out there right now, you've got a couple freshmen, and like Mason Kading, Matthew McDonald, who has a little bit, but not as much as everyone else. And you also have Harrison Slavic, who hasn't seen the ice as much this year. Nathan Dash looking to be the guy to step up and get them on the board.
See the Kingfisher in attendance at the ice arena here on the campus of the University of Illinois. Puck rattles its way back to Luke Alpe. It's corralled by Grayson Chell. Toledo now in their defensive end. Matthew McDonald was trying to make a move on his defender, and that looked like trip up there. Grayson Chell, he falls onto the ice, no call. The officials say play on. Puck enters the neutral zone. Illinois trying to circle back and clear the puck out of their defensive zone.
And you've got about 15 seconds here to get something going. You just want to get out. Stop the bleeding for now if you're Illinois.
So it looks like this period will end with a score of 2-0. And it will. The Illini holds the clock, hits double zeros.
And now it's time for my favorite part, where the refs try to keep both teams separate, leaving at the same exit.
Toledo will exit first, as is the case always. 2-0, the Illini trail. The Toledo Rockets with two transition goals. The first one was a nice pass set up by TK Mwamba for Simon Lavrincic to score, and then the second one, an unassisted goal from Andrew St. Julian. The Illini now about to exit the ice. We're going to hear from the third member of our crew in just a few moments as he tries to get Anthony Verassi off the ice. We're going to send it now down to Caleb Noble.
Again, guys, I'm getting them off right now.
Caleb, we love the fresh haircut.
Thank you. It's a mess down here, as you can see. There's a lot of people coming off right now.
You're manning it as well, always kind of like a hall monitor.
All right, so you're on the first line now after Carson Mitchell's injury. How do you think you guys are gelling as a group with Greg and Alexander and Matthew?
We got a good practice going yesterday and the day before, so I think just the opportunity to build chemistry has benefited us a lot.
You guys had 14 shots on goal that period. Nothing went in, but do you like the way your offense is competing right now?
Yeah, especially in the second half of the first period. We got things going. We just got to start from the hop in the next period, and hopefully some will go in.
A couple of fast breaks for Toledo led to the 2 goals. What do you guys need to do to clean that up a little bit and allow less of those chances?
We just got to support up high. Pucks can get past our D at any moment, so we got to have forwards coming back and supporting them all the time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Caleb asking the hard-hitting questions as always. We appreciate his efforts, and we're going to send it to a break as the Illini trail 2-0 here against the Toledo Rockets. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this as UI7 Newsroom presents Illinois Hockey. Hello and welcome back to the Illinois Ice Arena here in Champaign, Illinois. I'm Peter Hansen alongside Andrew Berkey, and Andrew, a tough first period for the Illini.
Yeah, I think this game has come down to two things. Is Toledo's been able to capitalize off the Illini's mistakes, whereas Illinois has not been able to capitalize off the Rockets' mistakes. They have 14 shots on goal compared to 9. None of those 14 have gotten into the back of the net. I think right now you want to come out firing. You have a makeshift first offensive line. Greg Eddingen's not a name we've called a lot tonight. I think he's going to step up and really be a presence on the ice. Also look out for Nathan Dash. He's taken several shots from that defensive side. I'm excited to see how he's going to attack this second period.
Rockets win the faceoff here at the start of the second period. Trying to get something in the neutral zone. That's Connor Doyle corralling the puck. Verasi fighting for it. Illinois' offensive zone right here, trying to score their first goal of the game. And they certainly feel like they need it after a 4-game losing skid the past 2 weekends. A long trip up to Jamestown. They've got numbers, and my goodness, what a perfect defensive play there from Ferreira.
And this is what I'm talking about, is they've had numbers on the offensive side the entire first part of the second period for almost 50 seconds now. They can't get anything going, not even a shot on goal. You got to clean up your stick work. You got to clean up your handling of the puck. And once you're able to do that, it's going to be a closer game.
Rockets with a shot. It sails wide, and
the net got dislodged back there. Not something we see all that too often here at the big barn on the big pond.
The big pond, big barn. In case you're wondering why we keep saying those words, well, this ice is 30 feet wider than a normal NHL rink. It is 15 feet wider than an Olympic-sized sheet of ice. So different playing dimensions here in Champaign. It's gained a reputation for that. I mean, you ask coaches from around the country, they'll tell you that it's a hard place to play at because of the different dimensions. It messes with your goalie's sight lines, and it can impact the speed outside of the center zone. So really gives the offense an advantage. A lot of high-scoring games we see here in Champaign. Illinois in their offensive zone. There's a slap shot slapped down by the Toledo defense. In front of the net, Eddingen trying to put it back in, tries the wraparound, no good.
And it looks like we got a rocket down on the ice for a little bit closest to us in that blind spot. Someone going over to check on him. And he's up now, but it looks like it's Trevor Stokes in some pain after getting it down there. But Illinois is doing what you want them to do right now. They're having prolonged possessions in their offensive zone, something they were able to do in the first period last time. But nothing has come to fruition yet on scoring-wise. I think the second they can score one goal, they're going to score in bunches. Goals come in bunches for these Illini. They don't really have just one goal period. If they stack 2, they stack 3. I think you can stack 2 here in the second period, get tied up.
So they go a long way. Here's a foot race to the puck. Eddingen loses that race, but it's corralled by Roz. Enters Illinois' offensive zone, stays in there, poked out by Toledo. Big hit late on in center ice. Roz has him pinned up against the boards. Now Illinois has to circle back. Dash racing after the puck, and Illinois trying to get momentum going as the puck enters the blind spot. Puck bounces its way towards Michael Easy. Now Cheyenne in the game. Big hit late on the boards. That was Anthony Oviedo, who got slammed into the glass. And now Helfer in the corner, laying down another big hit. The Illini clearly angry with that result from the first period.
And I think they're coming out with a sense of fight, something we didn't see in these last first period and possibly in these last 4 games that they've lost on the road. You have a good turnout tonight. You want to put on a show for these offensive-minded fans, and I think right now this offensive-minded team has kind of gone into hiding. Now they want to come out of it.
McLaughlin floats it up along the glass, and now it makes its way behind net. McLeasy corrals. Illinois skating back into its defensive zone. That's Jack Ferinsky out there with the puck in the gold and blue. McLaughlin now with the puck. He's got one skater in front of him. chooses to go outside. Has to send it behind the piping and makes its way eventually to Thatcher Beauchamp, the forward turn defenseman. Nice look. David Eddingen, no good on the shot. Excuse me, Matthew McDonald, number 44, in the white and orange tonight. Thatcher Beauchamp racing after it. The Gold and Blue trying to get something going. That's St. Julian, the second goal scorer of this game, trying to score there. And Illinois now with the puck. Puck finds its way to Mason Kading and now bounces around and out into center ice. Ferinsky with it now, opts to circle back, and now Illinois with it. Here's Kading. Oh, McDonald would have had a great chance on the rebound. The puck floats its way out to Alpe. Alpe now floats it over opposite side of the ice. Alpe again. Beauchamp, a wrist shot, slap shot, sails wide right.
And those are those opportunities. I mean, McDonald had a big one there. He's someone that plays in every game. Hasn't showed up on the stat sheet yet. But you can see in these first 5 minutes, Illinois come out with a different energy. The offensive game plan has stayed the same. But I think right now they're trying to get more aggressive and trying to kind of big dog the Rockets so far.
And aggressive is the perfect word on both ends of the ice. I mean, we've seen some big hits laid on so far, Andrew.
And one's going to be an offsides call. So pretty impressive start so far these first 5 minutes for the Illini. Only one shot on goal, but they're putting pressure on Nicolizi, something that he didn't have a ton of in that first period, even though they were getting a good amount of shots on goal. I think if you want to just keep putting pressure, break down that defense, that's how you're going to try to get back into this game.
Yeah, and when we take a look at the shots on goal battle, the home team, Illinois, has 16 compared to Toledo's 9, even though Toledo leads this game by 2 goals. And, you know, it's not really about shot quantity so far, but or shot selection, really. It's been quality of the shot that has been taken, and you've seen the Toledo Rockets being able to elevate the puck in close proximity to the net over Nolan Woodring, as Illinois in their offensive zone. Eddingen now with the puck. He's trying to find a cutting Medvedev. The official takes a slip and fall, and as does number 11 in the gold, Josh Basson. Eddingen now finding Medvedev, kept in by Dash. Dash has to circle back, and I think they are going to say that he brought the puck out of the blue line and then back in. So one of those back and forth offsides calls, not the traditional one. There will be a face-off in center ice.
And Illinois needs more out of this first offensive line. The puck handling's been really sloppy so far. Garasi and Medvedev, those are the guys that you want to have the puck if you're the Illini. I think the 5 out here right now as Medvedev goes off, and the second line's gonna come back on. Those are the guys you want out there. Dash has been aggressive shot-wise. Eddingen, I'd like him to take more shots. They just haven't had the open looks that they're accustomed to getting when Carson Mitchell's on the ice.
And what I really like, a good strategy being used by Apilko right now, is he's keeping Verasi out there with the second line. Despite being a current first-line player, he has so much chemistry with that second line because that's the line he's been playing with all season as he steps in for the injured Carson Mitchell. The Illini tracking down the puck. It's Eddingen out there with Verasi. Roz out there as well. Eddingen, the left winger. Roz, the center. Verasi, the right winger. And David Eddingen defending the keep away. Trevor Stokes behind the plumbing. He's going to have to commit.
A little cat and mouse game.
Trying to find Tristan Harrell. Big hit laid on by Dash. Looks like it hurt more for the Rocket than it did the Illinois player.
Yeah, Tristan Harrell tried to drill Nathan Dash, and Dash just kind of gets back, and that's going to be another offsides call.
And a pretty clear one at that. I mean, he was all the way across the blue line when the puck crossed it, and another offsides call going against Illinois, something we aren't really used to seeing from the orange and blue.
Well, that's where your aggressiveness kind of can take over, and that's the downside of being so aggressive is is you're going to make those mistakes. So far in the first 6.5 minutes of the second period, those mistakes have come to fruition.
Puck intended for Roman Cheyenne. The Illini attack being more aggressive as Toledo tries to clear. It's Lucas Wynick now with the puck. Poked out by Illinois. Sending it up along the boards for David Roz. Here's Roz with the puck. He sends it off the official. It's an official assist there for the Rockets. Here's Cheyenne with some good moves being put on. He doesn't get a clear look at the goal, though. He had a negative angle shot to be taken, but opts not to. That puck is misplayed by Atticus Helfer, and Andrew, the sloppy passing by Illinois continues.
Yeah, in Illinois, they continue to just hurt themselves. I will say so far, they've been the more physical team. Toledo's tried to hit a couple of the guys. They've fallen down themselves.
McLaughlin rips one in there. It's sent high off the leg pad of Michelizzi. Big hit again. So chippy hockey here in Champaign. Puck floated like a passing football up for Grayson Chell. He rips one and another missed shot high for the Toledo Rockets. 8 minutes of play so far here in the second period. Nobody has scored in this second frame at the Big Pond. And here's Chell again, misplaying the puck. Illinois with a 2v2. Wrist shot sails wide left, and McCarthy out there now for Illinois. Illinois having to go deep in their depth chart, as we've mentioned time and time again so far this broadcast, with the absence of Carson Mitchell and Joe Dorian, two of their starting and star players so far this season. 11 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. A back and forth tennis match right now.
And one thing I think is very interesting by Coach Opilka is he prefers chemistry on the lines compared to just using a single player to plug and play. He likes the way his lines play together as that shot rattles over Woodring. He likes the way his lines play together rather than just a single player coming in and trying to be that scotch tape that you just slap on there to stop the bleeding.
You see here Nolan Woodring with the nice glove save on the long distance shot. You saw the shot attempt from TK Mwamba. He kind of hesitated a second, and then Woodring had a second to get back into his position in net.
And so far for TK, he's a playmaker. And he had that assist earlier in the game, really started that transition offense. I really liked what I've seen from him. I've been very impressed with the Rockets so far coming here on the road. And those two big mistakes Illinois made are the reason they're up.
Verassi with a wrist shot. It's high and wide left. Rossi tracking down the puck now. Nobody has it, and now corralled by Dante Pellegrino. Greg Ettingen finding Medvedev. Medvedev a wrist shot. Rebound by Verassi.
And those are those missed opportunities. It's a good shot, but you got to be ready for the rebound. And Verassi was there for it, but kind of just sent a half heave behind his back to try to get it back into the goal. I think he'd be a bit more calculated in those situations.
Right now, the goaltending keeping Illinois down as well. Not a single shot has gone into the net after 17 shots on goal fired in by the team in the orange and blue. We've mentioned Vince Michelizzi, the goaltender for Toledo, has averaged 4.5 goals allowed per game. So subpar results so far this season, but he's looked strong in there in net.
3-2 on the year, are allowing about 4 goals a game. And the thing is with him, though, I said this in the first period, he lets up goals in bunches. This last weekend when he was up 9-1, they scored 4 in the second. And in their other game, 6-5, they scored 3 in the third against him. And they split time, so there's different goalies playing. But Michelizzi's kind of been the most consistent out of the 3 Toledo goalies. And that was a great shot there. I think Toledo's still trying to find that identity at goal, and this is the guy they want there.
Yeah, Nick Messier, number 27, had the good look on net. Nice block there by Matveev, who trips on his skates. That's the second time he's done so in the past couple minutes. Barassi now, another wrist shot right into the glove of Michelizzi.
And Verassi's doing everything he can. He's been the best orange and blue player today, just taking his chances. Him and Nathan Dash have been the guys. And I said this at the beginning of the second period. Greg Eddingen needs to show up today. He's one of their best players, and so far, he's such a good distributor of the puck. I think sometimes he doesn't really value what he can do with the puck himself. I think he needs to take more shots on goal. I also think if they can get into a 5v4 advantage, get a power play going, that is the way they can also get back into this one.
And their power play, a moment in the game where they have such a unique but settled identity offensively. We see how frequently it works for them as the puck sails out of play. There will be a puck drop in Illinois' offensive zone. And you mentioned Eddingen not getting into rhythm here today. He had a hat trick in his first game this season. He's only scored once since then. So I wonder if head coach John Apilka, maybe that's something that he's trying to implement more, trying to get more looks offensively for Greg Eddingen, the player who really their power play offense is run entirely through. But 5-on-5 even man play here in Champaign right now with just over 8 minutes left on the clock. Hit laid on in center ice. Atticus Helfer, number 13, the hit. In front, David Ross. Blocked there. Nice poke check by the Illini. As they try and get a look. Here's Cheyenne. He sends it to Ross, and that puck to forward. Nobody home. Number 20 in orange and blue with the puck now. Poke check by Trevor Stokes. It's sent all the way back, and a pretty clear icing call for the officials.
And one guy we haven't really talked about yet for Toledo, Connor Doyle, coming home. He is from Champaign, Illinois, the defender, 5'11", 165. I haven't seen him out here today. But he is someone that I think is probably the one Toledo Rocket to be happy coming to Central Illinois.
Yeah, he's got into the game, I think, twice, and he's looked pretty solid out there as he's done so. A nice homecoming for the Champaign native. Couple hometown kids out there on the ice today. Obviously, a couple players from Champaign on Illinois' team. Atticus Helfer, Matveev, despite being born in Moscow, Russia, has lived his entire life here in Champaign, Illinois. And McCarthy unable to secure the puck. Lots of players hitting the boards.
And Matveev going by Sasha with some of his teammates, so holds on to his Russian roots at times. And right now, it's just a fight for it. Kind of looks like the little Blackhawks we saw during the break, fighting for their chance to score in front of all the proud Illini fans here tonight.
Between every intermission here at the Big Pond, the players, the fans, a couple fans, young fans, go out there on the ice and try and score a goal from rather long distance. And today, a young fan decided he wasn't going to shoot from that far and scooted his way up closer to the goal and, obviously scored, and kudos to him. But I'm not sure if that would fly in a ACHA play.
I do think he was about 3 years old.
Yeah,
so pretty impressive. And then, of course, the guy after him scores, the little kid, and then the third kid decides, I'm going to back it up all the way to
half court.
Yeah, center of the ice. And you pointed out, it was a smart decision, because if you miss from center of the ice, people are going to be like, it's okay, it's the center. And as you see the loyal fans out there, some that come to every single game, Hollow weekend, so pretty good show out for the Illini.
Yeah. Puck soars over McDonald's head. I'm a little shocked there aren't that many costumes in attendance here tonight. I'm sure there'll be a couple more tomorrow night as Illinois takes on Toledo again tomorrow at 7 p.m. We'll be covering the game again tomorrow at 7 p.m. And our pregame show Power Play will also be airing prior to the game. So you won't want to miss that. 15 minutes before every home game, you'll see an episode of Power Play. as UI7 Newsroom presents Illinois hockey. And you know what, while we're talking about UI7 Newsroom, let's talk about all of the awesome shows they put on. Andrew, I know you're part of Illinois Sports Night, but talk about the other shows.
Yeah, Illini Sports Night is probably my favorite just because I am on that one. But we also have Good Morning Illini on Mondays and Fridays. UI7 Live, that is on Wednesday nights. And then In Vivo, a all-Spanish telecast, which is brand new a couple years ago, run by two very good producers, especially Amelia. They just got an award for it over the summer. Got to speak about it. So some very good shows coming out at UI7 Newsroom. However, none as good as Power Play.
And that's the type of pro power play propaganda that I like to hear, Andrew. That was 4 Ps, so double alliteration there by me. Thank you very much, Andrew, for acknowledging that. And puck finds its way into center ice.
The English major and Peter coming out right now.
Icing there, no icing there. Excuse me.
I think Illinois thought it was going to be. Nolan Woodring came all the way out of the goal they were looking for, no call. And Illinois' offense have kind of gone stagnant so far, and it's just turned into a shoving fest here. Eddington throwing double fist right there.
Kind of sneaks away with the puck like a ground ball in lacrosse as he corrals the puck on the border of the ice.
Yeah, Braden Keel was the one there trying to lay a big hit, kind of got stuck.
Here's Stokes. He sails one right into the glove. Nolan Woodring flashes the leather. That's our first baseball mention of the day.
We have a Michael Jordan reference and a baseball reference here, and a
lacrosse,
tennis as well.
Tennis.
We had a tennis one. We're checking the sports off as we go on.
I said a quarterback pass earlier as well.
So we have football too.
Covered. Big football game tomorrow for Illinois fans. I think Toledo right now is actually in a basketball exhibition game with Michigan, believe it or not. So
big games all around. Illinois volleyball playing right now.
Number 2 Nebraska, yes.
And then Illinois football, like you said, tomorrow taking on number 1 Oregon.
It's a big couple days for Illinois athletics as Illinois volleyball taking on the number 2 team in the country, Illinois football taking on the number 1 team in the country, and then obviously Illinois hockey taking on Toledo hockey. Probably the biggest one of them all.
The most important of them all.
Still 2-0 here in Champaign. Stokes can't keep it within the blue line, and Illinois now with the puck. It's David Eddingen finding Cheyenne, plays it up to Roz. Roz has nobody to pass it to in his offensive zone. Eddingen kind of hovering, and now Cheyenne unable to grab the puck. And a big hit late on Roman Cheyenne at center ice. Oohs and ahs from Illinois faithful.
Trevor Stokes trying to get back at him for a hit earlier, and Cheyenne was sent to the ice, and another spill there.
An ankle breaker there from the Illini as Toledo steals the puck. And Andrew, I think fatigue may be starting to set in.
I think for both teams, they've gone stagnant. I said that a couple minutes ago. 17 minutes here as Woodring's able to cover that one up. But 17 minutes gone in the second one, and neither team's really gotten anything going in the offensive zone. And it's safe to say that they're not feeling good right now.
Pause and play here. Fast-paced game so far. So some pushing and shoving, some rebellious play here in Champaign. Couples just for kicks playing over the loudspeakers. Big hit there from Nick Anderson.
Sent both players to the ice. Toledo slowly but surely gaining some momentum on the offensive side. They're at 15 shots on goal now. Makes you want to kind of feel like everybody should dance now.
Now, folks, I don't know if you can hear that at home, but having a little fun with the music. Sometimes you just have to do that in the booth. No scoring so far in this second period. Here's Connor Doyle, the Champaign native, and he rips one right into the stick of Nolan Woodring. It sails out of play.
Well, the Champaign kid coming back home here. It's got to be a little bit of nerves, I would assume, whenever you make the trip from Ohio all the way out here. However, speaking of trips, Illinois coming off a long 16-hour road trip to North Dakota, 16-hour road trip back. Talk about team bonding. And I bet the bus ride there was probably more fun than the bus ride home when you get outscored 15-3 over the weekend.
Here's Illinois with numbers. Good look there, unable to convert. That was Alexander Medvedev with the shot attempt. Medvedev now with another wrister, no good. Helmet comes off for Vince Michalizzi. It's a good thing that play was stopped. It looked like Anthony Verassi was ready to fire that puck back towards him. And see there, would not have fared well for the goalie helmetless.
He's able to show off the luscious locks, the
luscious lettuce
haircut, the lettuce.
The healthy haircut. I don't know. What are some other alliteration?
That was about it. Luscious locks, healthy haircut. I don't think healthy haircut's going to make the cut.
No, I don't think it does either. You know, we talked
about
about
to take that one off the top.
It's okay.
This is also a chance for Michalizzi to kind of take a break here. It's been a long second period. Not a ton of stoppages. There was the Illinois dealing with the offsides issues for the first 10 minutes, but since then, it's been a sloppy game. Teams unable to get anything going in either offensive zone. Toledo's relied on those fast breaks like they did in the first period. Illinois has really struggled to kind of find their identity tonight of being that aggressive team. They've become aggressive defensively, but on the offensive side, not much.
Rossi poked that one sky high, finds the glove of Michalizzi. There's Anthony Verassi, number 23 for Illinois, the Wheaton, Illinois native. 5 goals, 4 assists on the season. He is third in points on the team behind Carson Mitchell and Alexander Medvedev.
I like that you kind of had that enunciation like the PA does. The Medvedev. You're really showing off your PA skills right there.
Oh, I appreciate it, Andrew. You flatter me. The most important PA, though, here tonight is Peter Andrew, your broadcasting crew, as UI7 Newsroom presents Illinois Hockey. I'm Peter Hansen alongside Andrew Berkey. Illini trail 2-0 right now. Big hit laid on in center ice by Medvedev. Medvedev has it now. Nobody in front of him. Can he convert? No.
And he's still got an opportunity because there's a stickless player out there. Grayson Shell not able to hold on to his stick, gets it back now, but that was the chance you needed.
It's the best look the Illini have had all day, and what's interesting about their best looks is it seems like Alexander Medvedev has been a part of all of them.
Yeah, he's been the guy tonight. Him, Verassi, and Nathan Dash have really been the 3 that have showed up today. We haven't seen a lot from Roman Cheyenne. David Ross isn't a name we've called that much today. It's just been some sloppy stick work as that one came close, as you can hear the Toledo fans really hoping that one went in.
That was another missed slap shot from Nick Messier. And that's an easy goal for Illinois. David Ettingen kick scoring off for the orange and blue. And my goodness, what a pretty play.
And the announcer's jinx strikes again. David Ross with the assist there right after I said a name we haven't called that much often. And just like that, the lead is cut in half. And there's life here at the University of Illinois Ice Arena.
And all of a sudden, the crowd maybe feels as it should on Halloween weekend. A little ruckus as the Illini now trail by only 1.
On this spooky broadcast.
50 seconds left here in the second period as the puck sails towards Woodring, who gloves it, and we'll get a face-off in Toledo's offensive zone. And there's the goal scorer, David Ettingen. Left side of your screen, the right winger for Illinois. That is his 4th goal on this season, his 5th point. Here's Ettingen again, trying to find a cutting Roman Cheyenne. The Illini not showing any signs of quit with 30 seconds left here in the second period.
almost intermission time. The Toledo Rockets have it, and Grayson Chell corrals the puck. 20 seconds left now. Puck flying behind the net. Here's Helfer. The Illini have it with 15 seconds left. David Ross now with the puck. He finds a cutting Helfer. What a great look for Illinois, but unable to find the twine. Alpi, a wrister, no good. Another wrist shot there. And the Illini unable to score their second goal and tie things up, but they get back in the scoring column with a beautiful pass, shoot, score play from David Ross to David Eddingen.
And that David-to-David connection has kind of put life into Illinois here and what was been a dormant offense in that second period. What I think is important to note so far, I don't think this game has gone the way we quite thought it would. I think we thought it was going to be an offensive shootout, a showdown. So far, the defenses haven't played great. It's been sloppy play so far from both teams. I think fatigue plays a little bit of a part in that, but also these teams want to get a win. This last 20 minutes, it's going to be a brawl to the end. It's going to get chippy. It's going to get aggressive. Safe to say that I'm fired up to see what we have in store.
I'm fired up as well, Andrew, as we await an interview with David Eddingen, the goal scorer for Illinois, as he makes his way off the ice. There he is, skating off the ice, the lone goal scorer for Illinois thus far. And with that, we're going to send it down to Caleb as he tries to grab David Eddingen for an interview.
Yeah, David, so you guys had a lot of opportunities in those first two periods. How did it feel to finally see one go in?
Yeah, I mean, we got, 22 shots on net and couldn't get anything past his goalie. That's credit to him. He's a good guy, so it felt good to get one in, get back in the game. We got to keep going here with 20 left.
That first period, you had a couple defensive breakdowns led to goals, but that was a much cleaner second period for you guys defensively. How do you feel you can bring that into the third period?
We just got to keep going. We had a good message in the intermission after that first, and again, we got to keep going, keep putting pucks on net. We got to finish like that.
So like you said, you had a lot of opportunities, 22 shots on goal. How do you keep your guys positive and you know that they're going to go in if you just keep getting opportunities?
We know we're a good team. We know what we're capable of. We know who we played against, how we played against them. We just got to keep going, and we're going to go in. We know they're going to go in. You just got to bear down, grip your stick tight, and put it in the net.
All right, good luck. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Caleb. A gassed David Eddingen answering questions and bearing down as the Illini head into the third period. The Illini trail by one, the score 2-1 here in Champaign as the Toledo Rockets lead, and UI7 Newsroom presents Illinois Hockey.
And welcome back here to the University of Illinois Ice Arena. Andrew Berkey alongside Peter Hansen. And I'm just starting out this third period because I've been so impressed with the way Illinois responded there at the end of the second period when they're just putting pucks continually at the goalie, trying to break him down slowly. I've been very impressed with that. 22 shots on goal in the first two periods, their highest total that we've seen so far this season. At the other side, 16 shots on goal from the Rockets. Nolan Woodring's been able to battle off 14 of those, but 2 of them unfortunately slid in after a couple fast break opportunities that didn't go their way. Peter, welcome back up to the booth. Glad to have you here.
I am glad to be here back on the call at the Big Pond. And Andrew, thank you for that lovely commentary as we open period number 3 up. Puck drop at center ice. Matviv taking the face-off for the orange and blue.
Electricity so far at the beginning. I think this next 20 minutes can shape both of these teams' season, especially how the end of this first part of the season is going to go.
Nice play there from Nick Anderson to keep it in. And just like that, the Illini level the score. Greg Edingen scores his 5th goal of the season.
And he's mewing as his celebration. That is the best celebration I have seen all season. And just when you needed him, you needed your guy to make a play, he's there. Tied game. Wow.
So I guess all Illinois really needed tonight was the Edingen brothers. That's right. The 2 goals scored by Illinois today have been scored by David and Greg Edingen, 2 of the star players for the Fighting Illini.
And the first line starting to show up for the first time today. Matviv, lots of opportunities. Varasi had some good shots on goal in the first period. And now Edingen getting it started for the Illini here in the third.
Toledo with some pace. Riley Nadeau showing off the puck handling skills. It's finally poked away there from Harrison Slavic. Big slash there from David Ross on the hands of number 11 in the goal, Josh Bisson. Alpi now with the puck for Illinois. Finds Ross. Nice play to keep it alive. Almost a beautiful spin move, but a little ambitious. Doesn't turn out the way he thought it would, and the puck sails behind the net. Toledo opting to get some fresh legs out there on the ice.
And Toledo's shift changes have been really good. Illinois at times has struggled with that this season, getting on and off the ice efficiently at the right opportunity. So far, so good today.
A shot there from Cheyenne. It sails wide right, and now Illinois trying its hardest to keep it within the blue line. Puck enters the blind spot. Found out at the break, Aiden Taylor, normally wearing number 8, is wearing number 20 tonight, so that clears up confusion we may have had on the broadcast earlier.
As we said, those cancer jerseys, that such a good cause, and you can go try to get them off the Illinois hockey website. I love them. They had the pink ones last year. I don't know if they're going to pull out the pink ones this year. They have all of the colors, kind of like the Crucial Catch from the NFL. It's just such a good cause. And it's just an added bonus when they look as clean on the ice.
Like Andrew said, those will be auctioned off after the game. All of the proceeds going towards cancer research. Puck stuck in the corner. It's Bailey McCarthy awaiting the puck. Puck's escape. And now he tracks down Dante Pellegrino, who has the puck now. Dash corrals it in center ice, sends it back. Toledo opts not to circle back. Instead, they're going to try and get some momentum going. Here's Chell with the wide open shot, and no good. And Andrew, I got to say, I'm kind of surprised we haven't mentioned this yet, but Chell has got to be one of the greatest hockey names I have ever heard.
Oh, it's always a battle when we have these new teams come in here to see who's going to have the best hockey name. I think Nathan Dash is probably the best on the ice right now.
Yep.
Shell, close second.
Just how frequently do you, you're with some buddies trying to play some NHL 25, you say, let's go play some Chell, right? So
Exactly.
pretty awesome nickname and a pretty obvious offside call there for the official. Any other names sticking out to you on that roster right now?
It's always tough to say. I really like Tristan Harrell, someone that's had a pretty good season so far for him. 6 points this year. I think Harrell, whenever a goal is scored and you get to scream Harrell afterwards, that's got a good ring to it. But I think for Illinois, you've got Nathan Dash. That's your Beauchamp. It's always a good one to rely on. And there's no better than Saved by Woodring. I think that might be the best goalie, and I think it's the best nickname, Woody.
I gotta say, if you maybe use a French accent for some of these more French-sounding names, it really adds to it all. You've got Nick Messier, Thatcher Beauchamp. What do you think about that, Andrew?
I like it.
Yeah.
I think it adds to the electricity.
Josh Bisson.
It's that Toledo Rockets team, and they have a couple guys from Canada.
Matveev dropping it back for Ettingen, and he just didn't realize that was the play.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. Sorry to cut you off there, but Ettingen kind of looking to facilitate more than expecting the puck at times. He can be passive. I think he could be a little bit more aggressive.
So we have a update on the numbers out there on the ice. Number 20, like we mentioned, is Aiden Taylor. He is wearing 20 as opposed to his usual number 8. And then 21 is being worn by Louis Iandoli instead of Aiden Andrews, who is normally wearing 21. Iandoli has 1 goal on the season out of Woodridge, Illinois. He's a name we hadn't said all that much in the first 5 games we had called.
Yeah, he only had 1 goal, but he played 1 game against University of Jamestown. When you have 2 guys go down like Joe Dorian and Carson Mitchell, you got to put all hands on deck, and Illinois has done a very good job of displaying their depth. But I mentioned this in the second period, finding the right matchups within. Nathan Dash has been out there at times with Helfer. He's also been out there at times with Joe Dorian this season. Well, when you pull Dorian out, you're going to pair him with other guys. So Dash has been with Slavic at different times, and right now Slavic's out there with Luke Alpe. So it's been a fluid change of pace so far.
The Illini almost had a good look on net. That was David Roz, or Razor, as his teammates call him, cutting in front of the net. Alpe in a foot race for the puck, and my goodness, was Woodring lucky that nobody was home for the Rockets.
I think the Illini defense has done a great job of taking a ton of pressure off of Woodring. He has faced 17 shots on goal, but they haven't been clean shots. And as an icing call is going to be there. So I think that's been pretty paramount so far for the Illini in these second 2 periods was you put pressure off your goalie that had a tough weekend, build his confidence back up. On top of that, get some wins and get back up over 500.
Mentioned 2 wins in this series would bring Illinois to a 500 record after 4 tough losses on the road. The Illini sitting at 5-7 right now. Toledo currently at 5-3. The Illini had a early start relative to most of the teams they've played. Some may think that leads to earlier fatigue setting on, but at the same time, you also get more reps for what is a team that has a lot of freshmen.
Yeah. We're able to talk to some of the freshmen. It's getting experience and learning that experience from the older guys. If it's helping on the ice or helping off the ice, Atticus Helfer helping out with Carson Mitchell's calc homework, stuff like that builds that team camaraderie that can honestly help as you get farther into the season. The downside to that in the con, like you said, is fatigue. And I think when you take a 16-hour road trip, 32 hours all the way around, you're going to get tired. It's what humans do.
Helfer helping Mitchell with his calc homework, and Helfer, another defenseman, helping Thatcher Beauchamp make the transition from offense to defense. I mean, this is a team unit. They are a team on and off the ice, and you can tell just by how they interact with each other.
Yeah, and I think if any of you out there need help with your calc homework, Atticus would be more than willing to help out. So just hit his line if that's needed.
Atticus Helfer, the calculus helper? Is that his new nickname?
I think so.
And they are going to say that that is a goal for the Toledo Rockets. It went 5-hole. It kind of rattled around between Woodring skates. They're going to say that that passed the goal line. Unfortunately for Illinois fans and Illinois, no review there possible here. ACHA hockey. I'm going to say the goal was scored by number 21 for the Rockets. That is defenseman Justin Beaverson.
And that's going to be a tough pill to swallow here for the Illini. 13 minutes left in the game. Now you kind of got to go as hard as you can to get it going. And another bad trip there from a Rocket. With those 3 opportunities that they've been given, they've been able to connect. And so far, Illinois played from behind. They've trailed right when they get it tied. 7 minutes later, they're down 1.
Here's Medvedev with a shot and gloved by Michelizzi. The Illini need to pour on 1 goal here in the third period to tie things up. There's Anthony Verassi, one of the players who's been outstanding today. And he has just been everywhere taking shots. And you might not see it on the score sheet, but one of the leaders on the offensive end of the ice for Illinois.
Yeah, Verassi, someone that showed up from Wheaton, Illinois, 9 points. He was basically the Illinois offense last week. As there another fast break opportunity, Woodring's able to keep that one out of the back of the net, but he was their offense against the University of Jamestown. Him and Carson Mitchell. You lose Mitchell, Verassi, 9 points now, like I just said. He's going to be the guy that you want to look at. This first line, you've got Verassi, Eddingen, and behind them, Slavic and Alpi. It's going to be really important next 2 minutes as a late hit put on there.
That hit laid on by TK Mwamba. Greg Eddingen upset about that. And TK Mwamba, not a guy you want to get hit by up against the glass. 6'1", 225 pounds. That is a lot of human to be sent up against you flying down the ice.
And it was a little bit late. They're not going to call the penalty on it. We've seen nothing ever since the Bailey McCarthy kind of messing around, and I think that's what the refs wanted. They wanted to send a message early. Unfortunately for the Illini, no penalty minutes yet from the Rockets.
Alpi with it now. Rockets trying to get the puck away in front of their own net, and the Illini get it back. Here's David Roz. He drops it back, and what an opportunity for the Illini. That was Slavic with the shot.
And David Roz, kind of the Energizer bunny on this team, always making a move right here.
And he scores right on cue. David Roz sends one into the twine to level this game at 3.
Talk about Energizer bunny, like I just said. Put the team on his back in the last 30 seconds there. Made a great pass to Slavic. Slavic not able to get it in the back. Roz says, I'll just do it myself then. And they'll get some fresh legs on the ice now. Tied game going back and forth now, Peter.
Exciting ACHA hockey here. The home of the 2005 and 2008 ACHA National Champions, your Illinois Fighting Illini. Peter Hansen, Andrew Berkey on the call here as UI7 Newsroom presents Illinois hockey. Loose puck in front of the net. Nobody able to secure it for either team. This is McLaughlin now with the puck. McCarthy chasing after it. McLaughlin shows no quit. He chases down after it. The Rockets have it now. No numbers for the team in blue and gold. Trying to find a cutting Bisson. The Rockets were unable to do so. Illini with the puck behind their own net now, corralling it alongside the boards and into the blind spot. The Illini are. Number 8 for Toledo, Riley Nadeau fires one way high, and now Ferreira picks it up, the alternate captain for the Rockets.
And like I said, these goals are going to come in bunches, and just like that, they have 2 here in the third, 1 shortly in that set, shortly after the goal in the second period. I think this is your opportunity now. If Illinois can find a way to score in the next 2 minutes, get a lead, and then kind of just play the time-wasting game, something we haven't seen them do that often, they have a chance to be in prime position for this game and an opportunity here.
Beautiful deke there from Thatcher Beauchamp. He's an offensive player turned defenseman. And just like that, the puck gets sent into the blind spot. The Illini have it again, poked towards the net. Again corralled by Mason Kading. Kading trying to set something up, blocked by Toledo. That was a block by the captain, Lucas Winnick.
And something Toledo's done really well tonight. They get sticks in passing lanes like crazy. Rarely are shots coming just freely right there at Michelizzi. Just like that, there was a huge opportunity there after Beauchamp did his best puck handling skills. Moves around, puts a move on him. I'd like him to get a little bit closer to the net to take that shot. It's a bit farther away, as there's a little powwow behind the net between the Illinois players talking some strategy.
Matviv with the face-off, corralled by TK Mwamba.
Some would say right now you're in the danger zone.
Or at least on the highway to it. (3-3) the score here in Champaign. Face-off in Illinois' defensive zone. First unit out there for Illinois, along with Harrison Slavic and Luke Alpe, the 2 defensemen in the game right now. So now we see not only Helfer with Alpe out there on the first line, but also Alpe alongside Slavic.
And Slavic getting a lot of ice time.
Puck makes its way to Alexander Matviv. Anthony Verassi trying to chase it down and eventually makes its way to Greg Ettingen. Another hit laid on to Ettingen, so some bad blood between these teams here brewing. A shot right into the chest of Michelizzi. That was Harrison Slavic with the shot. Ettingen, a backhand attempt wide. Ettingen now with it again. Another hit laid on to Illinois' star player. Ettingen with it now, a wraparound attempt, and my goodness, Michelizzi was out of position. They could have made that a 4-3 hockey game, but no dice on that attempt. Still 3-3 here with only 9 minutes of hockey left to play. 21 shots on goal for Toledo, 27 for Illinois.
Yeah, but I love the aggression there by Ettingen. Something we don't see a ton of. He took 2 shots there. I didn't think he saw Michelizzi was so out of position. If he did, he would have tried to wrap it around completely. It looked like he was trying to pass it. As the 3 Rockets fans cheer here in attendance, led by who we believe is a family member of Connor Doyle, the Champaign native. So the car ride not so far for some Rocket fans.
Well, yes, for the only Rocket fans here. The Illini level with Toledo. Here's Verassi. Helfer. Cheyenne Roz out there for the offense. Helfer top right of your screen. Cheyenne now. Cheyenne sends it right into the stick of Josh Bisson. Now circling back is David Ettingen, one of the 3 goal scorers for Illinois. The 3 are David Ettingen, Greg Ettingen, and David Roz. The 3 for Toledo, Lavrincic, St. Julian, and Beaverson.
And Toledo had an opportunity there. Illinois was caught out of position trying to make a late substitution. They had numbers. Thatcher Beauchamp did a good job stopping it. Now Illinois is looking for an opportunity.
Gloved in center ice by Toledo. Illinois now with the puck gets to circle back, trying to survey his options is Nathan Dash. Intercepted there by Stokes. Doesn't matter. Illinois plays on. A wrist shot. No chance on the rebound, but a good look and a good opportunity there for Aiden Taylor. Aiden Taylor again. A reminder, folks, playing in 20 tonight instead of his usual number 8. Number 21 is Louis Iandoli out of Woodridge, Illinois. Nick Anderson trying to find a cutting Taylor. Right in front of the net was Mason Kading. And Toledo's got numbers right now. They can take advantage. Good attempt there from Tristan Harrell to stay onside. A wide shot there from Toledo, a laser.
Yeah, right now both teams are trying to take the lead first because I'm going to say this. Whoever scores the next goal, I think they're going to win the game.
Only 7 minutes left here in Champaign. And Andrew, I've got to say, I think you're right. 3-3 the score. And both teams playing with pace, playing aggressive. Nice attempt by Alpi to keep it inside the blue line. Kading now up against the boards. Toledo corrals, and they push the pace in center ice. This is Tristan Harrell with it. Deflected back into the neutral zone, nearly offsides, and they're going to say that they were offsides, much to the dismay of the few Toledo fans.
Yeah, that's the right call there. He jumped off a little early. Crossed over before that puck hit over, and the fans not happy with that one.
See
Illinois
here,
able to kind of diminish the opportunities there after what was kind of a sloppy second period offsides-wise from them. Still have 5 shots. And that time, no cheering from the Toledo fans.
Ferinsky up against the boards. Ferrasi tracks down the puck in center ice. Nearly offsides, a heck of a stop by Ferinsky. Slavic chasing it down in the corner. Into the blind spot, the puck goes, and it's punched back out into the neutral zone. Here's Eddingen. He's got Ferrasi alongside him. Eddingen trying to deke past his defender, unable to, and that was defended by Connor Doyle, the Champaign native. Puck makes its way back behind the Toledo goal line. Ferrasi now defending the clear. Puck on the stick of Grayson Chell. Just over 5 minutes left here in this contest between Illinois and Toledo. The pass intercepted by Helfer. Cheyenne tracks the puck down. He's going to take a shot. He's trying the wraparound. No good. A skate stopping the puck from going in for Michelizzi. Cheyenne defending the clear. It's off his skate now. Helfer gets down to prevent that puck from going into his own defensive zone. Helfer now with the puck in the corner. Big hit laid on by Chell in the corner. Here's David Ross with the puck now. One of the goal scorers for Illinois. He finds Thatcher Beauchamp, the defenseman now, nearly poked in. David Eddingen trying the rebound, no good. Nobody home for his pass in front of the net. Blocked out by Illinois. Cheyenne, and they are going to give Illinois a delayed penalty here. The hand is up from the official, and as soon as it touches the stick of Josh Bisson, the officials call the delayed penalty. Illinois has a man-up advantage.
Yeah, that's tripping right there. Pretty textbook, if I do say so myself. And it's going to be the Champaign kid that enters the penalty box there. This is going to be your opportunity here, though. And I don't know if it's just me right now, but this Illinois offense seems rejuvenated. It seems like they're playing with energy that they didn't have earlier in this game. They want this so bad. Now here's your chance. I'm excited to see what they're going to do here on the power play with Ferrasi, McVeigh, Eddingen, paired out there with, I believe it looks like Aiden Taylor possibly, or is it Nick Anderson, number 10?
I don't know about you, Andrew, but I feel the energy in this place right now. I mean, sports, the best reality TV show on the planet. How perfect is it that to get the man advantage, it is the Champaign kid that goes into the penalty box?
It's almost storybook. It's like the ACHA script got leaked.
That pass mishit by Greg Eddingen, the player we've mentioned many times, facilitates Illinois' power play offense. And minute and 40 left on this power play, the first power play of the day for the home team.
And we've talked about missed opportunities before. If Illinois ends up losing this game, it's going to be because they didn't score on this penalty. And we haven't seen Toledo's penalty kill yet today, but here's your opportunity. I think you really want to run this through Eddingen. He's the point guard, like you said, of this power play. You're going to look for opportunities. However, you're missing that big body Dorian, who's usually fighting up there on the net. Instead, you got two guys, Ferrasi and McVeigh, fighting for position.
Helfer finding Eddingen. Back to Eddingen. The puck goes. Nearly scored Helfer, bottom left of your screen, mishandled by Nick Anderson. Sends it behind the net. Toledo will have a chance to clear, and they do. They got some fresh skates out there on the ice. A minute left in this power play for Illinois. 3 minutes and a half left in the game.
Yeah, they're taking too much time here. If I'm Helfer, I really want to push the pace, and now they'll do that with the speedster Verasi.
Medvedev pokes the puck out. And Toledo, another chance to clear. They're not just going to clear it. They're going to try and get a goal of their own here off the stick of Atticus Helfer. Toledo keeping it in their offensive zone. 24 seconds left on the power play.
They're going to put some fresh legs on for Illinois now. The David combo, Eddingen and Roz. And here's your opportunity now for John McLaughlin, the speedster, trying to show off his skills right now.
One last chance for Illinois in this power play. Poked away by Toledo. And Illinois will not convert on the man-up advantage. Here's Connor Doyle skating back on and off. Out of the penalty box. Roz with a wrist shot, and it sails high.
Bit too aggressive on that one. You score one goal, you get an assist, and now you're trying to be Superman almost. You've done what you need to do. I think you got 2 minutes and 27 seconds left. You still are waiting for that even guy to get back up there on the ice. I don't think you need to take that shot from way back there, especially at the rate he did, how fast it came off his stick. This can be really important now, these last 2 minutes and 27 seconds, or else we're heading to the abbreviated overtime, I believe, depending on what the ACHA decides to do for regular season this year. And I believe if we're tied after that, we might go to a shootout.
Shot from Toledo right into the glove of Nolan Woodring.
And this one's going to get chippy too. We said that earlier in the second period. It's cooled down a bit, but there is still some chirping between several guys. Illinois is going to get some fresh skates out there. Bailey McCarthy coming back out. And I just still think you can't overstate how much Illinois is going to be missing the big body of Joe Dorian. You miss his presence on the ice and off, but when you got a guy that's 6'2", 210 pounds on there, you can really help out. So far, Illinois going with like that small ball lineup, speedsters almost, as there's 2 minutes left in this one.
So to clarify for all the folks watching at home, the most recently updated ACHA overtime rules are that if the game is tied at the end of 60 minutes, there will be a 5-minute sudden death overtime. And if neither team scores at the end of that 5-minute period, the game shall be declared a tie. This was the most recently updated ones available to us. I'm not sure if things have changed since then, and we'll just have to see based off what the officials call as time begins to expire here in Champaign. And the announcer's jinx is hit all night, so maybe a goal score soon.
And I hate ties. I can't understate that either. I hate ties. I think
I've never seen you wear one.
Well, that's a very good call there, Peter. NFL ties, stupid. ACHA ties,
right?
Stupid.
Very opinionated.
You're not keeping my journalistic integrity and professionalism right now.
And that puck nearly squeaked past Illinois' goal line. So a face-off in front of Nolan Woodring with 1 minute and 26 left. Illini fire it up, and that should be a pretty clear icing call, and they say no. Illinois got to it. They abide by hybrid icing rules here in the ACHA. It's do most collegiate and professional leagues now, and puck poked into the neutral zone. Broken up by Toledo. Ettingen tracking it down. Makes its way behind the net. Rossi attacking on the clear. Alpe tracking it down, and whistle's called there. That one a little bit more obvious.
52 seconds left here at this point. You do wonder if teams are thinking, let's just get to overtime. You don't want to let something. Yeah, I just don't think you want to get too aggressive here, because one mistake costs you the game now. Whereas obviously mistakes in the first and second period don't matter as much, because you can always have time to come back. 50 seconds left here. I think Illinois probably takes one good shot net, just like that one right there. But after that, like Toledo, just let it kind of run out.
Helfer tracking it down, another icing call, another face-off.
Illinois with another opportunity. I think they'll probably keep that same offensive game plan, take one good look at the net and then back up. If I'm Coach Opilka, I'm telling Anderson and Leskatch, get ready to get back. Just in case Toledo has done that, they've been very strong on transition. You can see Anderson and Leskatch already heading back.
It's the puck in Illinois' defensive zone. Illinois pushing the pace now. This is Cheyenne tracking it down. Roz in the corner. Nearly hit. 19 seconds left. Roz with the puck. He's got Nick Anderson on the opposite side. He finds him. Anderson back out to Roz. Roz misplays it, sends it towards the net. Nearly scored by the Illini. 6 seconds left. Anderson with it. And this is going to go to overtime here in Champaign. And we are going to hear from the third member of our crew now, Caleb Noble. He doesn't have an interview for us, but we want to hear what he has to say on the game. Caleb, what do you got for us?
Guys, that was a really good period for the Illini. By far the best one of the night. They had a lot of opportunities. I think Toledo's lucky this game's not over and a loss.
Now, Caleb, when it comes to overtime, I wonder, what do you think both teams' mentality is going to be? The same thing that they've gone on in these first three periods, or are they going to change it up, try to be more aggressive?
The thing about overtime is it's one mistake and your game's over and you're losing. So I would expect both teams to be a little bit conservative, but if they get in the zone, I expect them to look to shoot first because both of these goalies have allowed some questionable goals so far this game. And, if there's openings, I think they're going to take them.
Now, Caleb, it is a 3v3 overtime period. How do you think that's going to impact these teams' game plans?
I think you're going to see Illinois go out there with Edigen and probably Matthew for a while. 5 minutes, so you can really have those guys out there for a minute 30. I don't know. It's going to be fast-paced. The game's kind of been back and forth all game anyway, so it's kind of felt like a 3-on-3, but it's going to be even more so like that, obviously, now.
Now, Caleb, we're trying to stay updated on these new rules, and it looks like in the 2024-2026 ACHA, if this thing's a tie, we're headed to a shootout afterwards. What's that going to look like?
That would be crazy. I don't know. I haven't seen one of those yet, but that would be a lot of fun. There's a lot of talent on both sides. They could do some fun things in that shootout.
All right, 3v3. Thank you, Caleb.
Overtime begins here at the University of Illinois Ice Arena. We thank you for sticking around with us as we break down all of the game action. Alongside Andrew Berkey, I am Peter Hansen. Matt Vive rips one, and out of play it goes.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
3v3 is awesome. It's kind of like a practice drill almost. You keep your offensive guys out there and let them go crazy. I feel good if I'm an Illini fan when you got Matviv paired out there with now Nick Anderson and Greg Eddingen.
And we've seen Nick Anderson be used as that offensive defenseman in the absence of Joe Dorian on the power play. They're using him in overtime as well. Now corrals it. Illinois, Matviv, nobody in front of him. He shoots it. Glove save. Into the neutral zone for Toledo. Nick Anderson back to defend. It's Anderson, Matviv, and Eddingen. Here's a shot from Stokes. Saved by Woodring.
And that might have been your opportunity there for Illinois. Matviv, it seems whoever gets in that fast break offensive zone, they're going to have that opportunity.
Poked away by Anderson. Wrap around attempt in front. Kicked away by Anderson. Illinois fans wanted a trip there. Here's Stokes. Wrist shot blocked and sent the way of Anthony Oviedo. Matviv in the corner.
Matviv just laid him out, tried to put a hit on himself, and Matviv just bounced off of him. Matviv's calling for some help.
Matviv gets off the ice. David Ross tracking down the puck along the boards. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left here in this overtime period. Zetingen in there right now. Varasi in front of the net, trying to find Varasi was Zetingen. He slams into the boards, and it's a 2v1 opportunity mishandled there by Riley Nadeau. Both these teams skating as hard as they can right now. Varasi tracks it down. It will not make its way to the goal line, so no icing call. Varasi just has to grab the puck and try and make something happen. Nothing does happen as it's sent. Nobody there for Toledo besides one player, and Woodring, what a save.
This is electric.
Helfer tripped up along the boards. He slaps it off of him. Nice move put on by Roz behind the net. 2.5 minutes halfway through this overtime period. They say play on, no icing on that call. Misplayed by Toledo and an icing call there.
Yeah, Illinois got lucky there. Varasi touched it before he hopped off the ice for a change, and you can tell these guys are gassed. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left here in overtime. This is about as best you could ask for if you're a Rockets or an Illini fan. And this could be your opportunity here. Nathan Dash, Greg Eddingen, and Matviv, your two playmakers, with one of your fastest defensemen out there, and it's Dash's first time on the ice in overtime.
Player without his stick, that's Lavrincic, one of their better offensive players. He says, I'm going to leave my stick out there, but leaves an opportunity open for Illinois. Here's Dash, a wrist shot, no good. Matviv unable to get the rebound. Dash will have to sprint all the way back to his defensive position, closes the gap and pokes it away from Josh Bisson.
Yeah, just under 2 minutes here. I think Ettingen's going to try to do it himself.
Here he is trying to do it. Drops it back for Dash. Trying to find Ettingen. A saucer pass, no good. And Illinois going to have to skate as hard as they can to get back to their defensive area. Here's Stokes. Shot no good. Makes its way back out into the neutral zone. Trying to get it is Roman Cheyenne. And it goes into Illinois' offensive zone. Cheyenne tracking down Bisson. Cheyenne nearly pokes it towards the net. And now Dash corrals it. 1 minute and 10 seconds left here in the 5-minute overtime period.
And it looks like we're going to see David Eddingen now as Illinois is going to hold on to it for a minute, trying to keep possession of it, get fresh bodies. I really like that.
Drops it back for Eddingen, the first goal scorer for the Orange and Blue. 57 seconds. Eddingen now trying to do it solo. Poked away. Here's Cheyenne behind the net. Cheyenne dropping it back for Eddingen. And it is kicked into the neutral zone. 35 seconds left here in overtime. Here's Slavic. Slavic finds Roz. Roz tripped in front of his own net. They say play on, leading to an opportunity for Toledo. And he tried to do too much there, much to the dismay of the Toledo fans in the crowd. That was Dante Pellegrino trying to go between the legs.
If they would have lost on that, that would have been ridiculous. A bad mistripping call there. Kind of evens out, though. I think they missed one for Toledo, and it looks like we're going to a shootout.
The officials meet in center ice to deliberate what happens next. Both goalkeepers making their way back to their benches, and those guys have got to be gassed.
I couldn't even imagine. And what I'm confused about the most here, if I'm Illinois, is you had several opportunities down there. I think you got a little too passive, trying to look for that open shot there. Right now, let these guys regroup, take a little breather. But 3-on-3, that is electric. And it looks like the rest are trying to figure out what to do here in the second overtime period as well. So Will we see a shootout? Will we see a second overtime? I'm just glad we won't see a tie.
And, well, when the rules change every 4 years, it can be hard for the officials to remember what the overtime rule is. Like we said, it's currently a 3v3 overtime rule and then a shootout, but the 4 years prior to this season, it was overtime and then a tie, and before that, it was just a straight-up 5v5 overtime leading to a tie. So lots of changes over the years for the Amateur Collegiate Hockey Association in terms of their overtime rules. Now Woodring making his way back to the right side of the ice, and Nicholisi making his way back to the left. Toledo will have the first chance to strike.
Shootout time, and I can't say I'm more excited than I am now. I don't think this game should ever end.
Riley Nadeau making a move on Woodring, and he scores.
He made that one look a little too easy. Able to move that around.
Able to catch Woodring out of position there. Here's Illinois' best goal scorer, Greg Etten. Maybe they're going to go with Helfer here. Here's the defenseman, Helfer. Hesitates, misses. Toledo up 1-0.
Yeah, a little too vanilla on that one.
So Toledo converts on their first chance. Illinois does not. Toledo 1-0 in the shootout so far. Here's Oviedo. Oviedo soaring in. Woodring, skate save.
And he tried the same move a second time there. And Woodring was ready for that one. Now I'd like to see whoever Illinois sends out there next. It looks like it's going to be Matveev.
So Illinois goes Atticus Helfer and then Alexander Matveev. He circles back before his shootout opportunity. Going wide right with it is Matveev. Trying to deke. He scores it off the post. He evens this thing up. It's 1-1 in the shootout.
And I think it can't be overstated right there that if Woodring let that one in and Matveev was unable to get anything going, it would have been game over.
Josh Bisson with the puck now. Stops, deking, misses wide left. And the Illini fans cheer the loudest they have been all season.
And who else other than Greg Eddingen for the game?
For the win. Here's Greg Eddingen. He's scored one today already. Racing in towards the net. He misses. This game is still going. It started at 7 p.m. It's 9:26 Central Standard Time. We have played through the first overtime and are now in the shootout where it is 1-1 after three players have gone for each team. This is going to be Andrew St. Julian, the second goal scorer of the game for the Rockets. St. Julian saunters towards the net. He misses.
A little too cute on that one. I think you got to go back to what was working, was one move and put it in. Right now, I think they've gotten a little too flashy. Now for Illinois, you send out Verassi, a speedster. He's going to put a good move on. I think you do one move, try to get it in.
Anthony Verassi.
I like the idea that we had the opportunity but just missed it.
And this environment is tense, Andrew. Is Nick Messier. And what a save by Woodring. He had him out of net. And Woodring comes back all the way to his glove side to make the save.
And, I mean, how storybook would this be? Look who's on the ice right now. An assist, a goal, maybe the game winner.
David Roz, Razor, as his teammates call him. He gets rid of the puck and then misses the shot. So 5 players have gone for each squad. And Toledo sends Oviedo out there again. Now that 5 players have gone for each team, they recycle the players. Tries to go 5-hole, no good. Nick Anderson for Illinois. From Batavia, Illinois, has a chance to win it all. And he scores! Illinois!
Mean mugging. Wow.
What a game. Illinois, through 3 periods, an overtime, and a shootout, win this game.
I mean, how back and forth can a game go? Seriously, that is insane. And you got to give a lot of credit to Vince Michelizzi. He stayed in there, but Nolan Woodring, after a rough weekend last week, and you can see he's fired up over there. What a game. And Peter, I think we're going to get to hear from the man himself in just a few minutes once his teammates finally hand him over to us.
The game in this one, Illinois showed no quit. They got down 2-0. Did not give up.
And Woodring going over to the PA. I mean, I think he's gonna soak this moment up as long as he can. He's taking his time out there. And I wonder if there's going to be any chance that we could possibly get Nick Anderson on the mic as Woodring takes his time to get back. Maybe we could talk to both of them. What a game, Peter. I can't even believe what just happened.
And finally, we are going to get a chance to talk to Nolan Woodring. Here's Caleb Noble.
Hey, what a win for you guys. You had a tough weekend last weekend. What's to say about your team to go down 2-0 and be able to battle back like that?
This is all about our attitude and effort. Good job by the boys. Really right to battle back there. Coach challenged us there in the second period intermission. We had to come back, battle, but love the effort from the boys.
I talked to David after the first period. He said, we know we're going to win this game. Is that how you felt as well?
Once we got to a shootout, yeah.
Yeah. So what's it like? How do you stay calm in those moments in a shootout, knowing you let one in and it could be over?
Just knowing I've had a lot of reps. I love shootouts. We practice them a lot. And if I got to be a good goalie, I got to be big in those moments. So that's what I look for.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys very much, Caleb. I love the confidence from Nolan Woodring. He said once it got to a shootout, he knew they were going to win. And talk about a storybook ending here in Champaign. The Illini in a shootout win 4-3. That wraps it up for us, folks. Please join us back here tomorrow night as UI7 Newsroom presents Illinois hockey once again.